So now we'll move on to artificial intelligence. The challenges that any business is going to have using or implementing AI technology today, the number one is security. The vast majority of large language models, our AI tools like ChatGPT, are very much in beta. It is quite new technology, and they're also open. So the moment you give those systems your data, it's absorbed into the hive mind, if you like, and available for use by other users. You could, for example, cut and paste your sales information into ChatGPT, ask it to carry out some analysis. That's all well and good. It could provide you with some useful insights. But then your sales data is available for other people to query, and it may appear in other people's reports. So you've got to be really careful with what you do with open source platforms like ChatGPT. So don't copy and paste that kind of information into that platform. However, there are platforms that enable you to do that safely, namely the one we're talking about today is Big Chat Enterprise, which enables you to compartmentalize your data away from, stop it being absorbed. So you can query it using AI and large language model, but it doesn't get taken into use by the users. Next part is availability. So is your data available for use, and is it in a format that can be used? So it helps and massively reduces cost if the platforms you use are open and make that data available, i.e. by that I mean they have an API. And that may impact the type of or the vendor that you choose, because if they don't have an API available, then you're not going to be able to get your data in, you have to extract data, potentially write some software to get that data out. So really you want to be looking for platforms with an open API. And the third problem is quality. What is the quality of the data? Obviously, rubbish in, rubbish out. So you want to have control over the quality of that data, how it's tagged from a meta point of view. So the type of data it is, its sensitivity, and how it's categorized when it's inside your database, or indeed SharePoint or any of the other Office applications. With Big Chat Enterprise and Copilot, we're all being released November 1st, so it's very, very close to release. There are a number of previews, very hard to get your hands on, but they are the capabilities look quite amazing. So let's talk about Copilot. It's composed of essentially three points to consider. One is to be built into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Teams, and it's part of the tool. Microsoft Graph is the component that allows you to bring your data in. So it's actually the same technology that's used in Power BI. So it's a repository for your data. So you can pull data in from SharePoint or from an API on the ERP platform, for example, and make that table available for query. And it uses a large language model, so you can query it in plain English and it will come back to you in plain English or in a human-like response. So that's where Copilot. It's going to automate menial tasks. So, for example, in Excel, let's imagine I have kind of an Excel wizard sat on your shoulder at all times. You can say, "Oh, can you visualize this for me?" A bit like Power BI, the example Shona just showed. But that's going to be in Excel, so it's going to be even easier to access that data. For meetings, it'll record notes. It'll allow you to, for example, if you join a meeting late, you can say what's happened in the meeting so far, and it can show you the salient points of the meeting. And it'll allow you to kind of book meetings by comparing people's calendars and finding the best suitable spot. And it will add tasks to your task management platform inside Microsoft 365 or Microsoft Planner, so that your actions from that meeting are already stored and you don't have to remember to write them down. I'm going to generate content. So the example I gave earlier is writing a job advert. You can open Word, write me a job advert, and it will do it for you. None of the output of these things is ever perfect. They are, as Shay once said, very much a starting point, but it does shave a job that would take an hour down to 10 minutes because you've got the body of the work there. You don't really have to put too much effort into generating that from the start. It provides enhanced data insights. So you can make predictions. It can look at large data sets. And as humans, we're not very good at looking at huge data sets. It's just not something that's the human brain's very adapted to. So with BI and AI, it can look for patterns and it can produce forecasting. The demos I've seen of the Excel plugin means that you can take for example, your financial results from last year, give it that as a profit and loss, and ask it to do a forecast for next year, and it does a pretty good job of it. Again, it's a starting point. It's not a finished product, but it does take a lot of kind of the manual, menial work out of the task, and that's really what this is about. And it can detect anomalies. Again, humans aren't very good at spotting anomalies in large volumes of data, so it can look for odd patterns and highlight those for further human investigation. A lot of this is kind of making it ready for the human rather than doing the whole job for you. And it can also use it from a security point of view. We can look for those same anomalies in the way people access data. So if we see someone logging in from a strange country or from a strange time of day that they don't normally log in, we can collect that information and say, that's an anomaly, let's investigate that, and have a human investigator. There's many benefits. It's going to be built into the Microsoft 365 platform and available for general release on November 1st. I do suggest checking it out.